This is your USMNT Abroad weekly update from October 11th to October 17th of 2021. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Filippo and welcome to Tactical Manage TV in another update of our US Men's National Team Abroad series, where every single Monday we update you on how the US Men's National Team players did abroad on the previous week. So if you did watch any of them play, make sure to comment down below what did you think of their performance, the good, the bad, your thoughts, and leave your rating from 1 to 10, whatever you think. 1 being horrible, 5 being average, 10 being perfect. And we all know here, there's only one perfect player. Yeah, that's Break Shea. Okay, but I do have an announcement to make before we start. We will be expanding the US Men's National Team Abroad series. How are we going to do that? So this is what we're going to do. Every Thursday night, we will be doing 2 live streams. One of the live streams will be to update on the US Men's National Team Abroad performance mid-week to keep you updated earlier. The other live stream is going to be a weekend preview. So I will be telling you the games you can watch. You can choose which one to watch over the weekend, so you know what time and where to watch the games of the US Men's National Team Abroad over the weekend. Every Monday, you'll still have the same episode, except for we will only be covering the weekend performances. So that is the update. Hopefully that adds some value. It's going to be a lot of work, but hopefully it adds some value to you, which is always our goal, to keep you informed and updated on how the USA players are doing abroad. With that said, if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to hit the notification bell. See you on the live stream on Thursday. Hit the like button as well to support the channel. And let's start with the updates. The first update is on Christian Pulisic, and he continues to be injured. Yes, he's been training alone, but he apparently still has ankle pain, and we don't know for how long he will be. So yes, the US Men's National Team camp in November is at risk. Now, Weston Mckennie from Juventus. So on Sunday, he didn't play. He stayed a full 90 minutes on the bench, but let's go through what his coach had to say about him on Saturday, the day before. On Saturday, Allegri said, and these are his words, he can't play in the middle in front of the defense. He's got goals in his legs. It is not true that I don't have a good feeling with him. On the contrary, he played a very orderly game against Torino. I have confidence on him. Otherwise, he would not play. So he said that he has no issues with Weston, as the media has been reporting, so it's all lies. And essentially, the whole thing of playing in front of the defense in the middle, that means he doesn't see Weston Mckennie as a 6, which I don't think any of us ever saw him as a 6. Now let's go to the next player. Now it's Gio Reyna, and the update is the same as Christian Pulisic. He remains out with a hamstring injury. There were reports 2 to 3 weeks ago that he would still be out for another 2 to 3 weeks. I have heard that he will be back from some pretty good Dortmund sources, that he will be back this month. So expect him to be back maybe in a week or 2 before. And if that happens, the odds of him being in November camp for the US Men's National Team is pretty okay. It's not that high. It's decent. Okay, now Sargent Dest and Yunus Musah. On Sunday, Barcelona and Valencia faced each other at Camp Nou. 2 of the players that had a pretty strong camp for the US Men's National Team would go on to face each other. Sargent Dest started and played 87 minutes, while Yunus Musah came into the game at the 75th minute. Now let me talk about their performance, and let me go by parts. Dest played as a winger. So with that said, Paul Riola, thank you for your services. Let's move on to another winger. Dest had a strong game and was dangerous with less defensive responsibilities. He got a very nice assist for Coutinho to score Barcelona's 3rd goal with a nice turn and cross to find Coutinho in the middle of the box, which leads me to Yunus Musah. He could have done a better job on the 3rd goal. Maybe it wasn't his responsibility to mark Coutinho, but you need to have the sense of urgency when needed, especially when the guy's wide open in the box right in front of you. So Yunus Musah has to do better in the defensive end. The good for Musah is he did play central on a 4-4-2 formation for Valencia, which that is a positive, because usually they do play him wide, and he does play for the men's national team central, so you want him playing central for his club as well. That's the update on them too. Last but not least, let's talk about Tyler Adams and Jesse Marsch from RB Leipzig. Well, and this one's a quick one. Leipzig tied 1-1, and Tyler Adams was not with the team. Jesse Marsch rested him because he had just arrived from camp. Now let's start updating everyone by position, and we're going to start with the goalkeepers. Okay, so for the goalkeepers, Ethan Horvath continues to not play for Nottingham Forest. Samba is the starter. But let's talk about Zach Steffen, because he actually played this weekend. On Saturday, Zach Steffen started and played a full 90 minutes, got a clean sheet for Manchester City at their 2-0 win over Burnley. Zach made a key save on a one-on-one situation when the score of the game was still 1-0 for Manchester City, and that was vital for the Citizens' win. Now, he mostly started due to Ederson hadn't just played for Brazil on Thursday and COVID travel restrictions in regards to that. but it is possible that he will start for the Champions League midweek as well, as Ederson is still not training, right, these days as he's quarantining. So maybe he'll start. However, he's not the starter, guys. Ederson will continue to start for Manchester City unless he's injured or suspended. All right, moving up the field, now we're going to do the center back. So let's start with John Brooks from Wolfsburg. On Saturday, Brooks was back from his back injury, no pun intended right there. He started and played a full 90 minutes for Wolfsburg during their 2-0 away loss to Union Berlin. Brooks won 1 out of 2 ground duels, 3 out of 5 aerial duels, along with an 83% passing accuracy, which is below his average, which is 88% in Bundesliga. Now, Chris Richards from Hoffenheim. So this is an interesting one, as Chris Richards managed to play in the United States, then play all the way in Germany, all in less than 48 hours. On Friday, Richards started off on the bench for Hoffenheim during their 5-0 win over Cologne. Richards came into the game at the 36 minutes as Kader Beck got injured. I'm sure the intention was not to play him, but fate put him in the field and he helped his team hold the clean sheet. Now, Eric Palmer-Brown, quick update on him. He stayed on the bench the full 90 minutes this week and didn't play for Troy at Ligue 1. Now, Matt Miazga, he plays this Monday, so it won't be on this update. If you guys watch the game, make sure to comment down below. I'll make sure to put a comment as well if I know anything about it. Matt Miazga might face Diego Lainez. It's a must-watch. Yes, they will play each other. Deportivo Alaves versus Real Betis. Now, we know Miazga will start because he's a starter for La Liga. We can't say the same for Diego Lainez. It'll be a cool matchup if Lainez plays. Now, Mark McKenzie from Genk. On Sunday, McKenzie started and played 82 minutes for Genk at their 2-0 loss to Charleroi. What was impressive about this game was Mark McKenzie on the ball. He had 96 touches, 98% passing accuracy. He hit 13 out of 14 long balls. Impressive from a stat standpoint. Now, Cameron Carter-Vickers from Celtic. On Saturday, CCV started, played a full 90 minutes, got a yellow card, and helped Celtic hold on to a clean sheet at their 2-0 win over Motherwell for the Scottish Premiership. All right, we're done with the center backs. Now let's go to the fullbacks. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel. So let's start with Anthony Robinson and Tim Ream from Fulham. On Saturday, Fulham defeated QPR. Tim Ream started and played a full 90 minutes, while Robinson started off on the bench as he was being rested after the US men's national team camp. Robinson came into the game at the 58th minute and scored a nice goal at the 90th minute with a good drive forward, and of course, he got a lucky deflection as well. Now, in regards to the baby celebration, yes, Anthony Robinson, congratulations, he's going to become a dad this December. Now, Reggie Cannon from Boavista, and yes, he's finally back. On Sunday, Reggie Cannon started and played 66 minutes for Boavista during their awful 4-0 loss to Rio Ave for the Portuguese Cup. Well, on a good note, at least he's back. Sam Vines is still not playing, still recovering from a broken collarbone. Now, Joe Scally from Borussia Mönchengladbach. On Saturday, Scally started for Gladbach again and played 81 minutes at their 1-1 draw with Stuttgart. He had a solid performance once again. He had a 97% passing accuracy, 51 touches, won 2 out of 3 ground duels. What he could have done better throughout this match was his crossing ability. That was not the best. Now, this was another game that he started as a right wingback and went to the left side of the field later on, showing his ability to play on both sides. He has now started every single match for Gladbach in the Bundesliga, and this was just the first game that he didn't go a full 90. So, besides the Bayern Leverkusen performance, he's been very good every single game. That means he had 7 good Bundesliga games and 1 poor one. I think that's pretty damn consistent for an 18-year-old. He's getting a ton of Bundesliga experience, but that's completely useless when it comes to CONCACAF. You know, what matters is that good old MLS and La Liga 2 experience. That's what really matters. Now, DeAndre Yedlin from Galatasaray. On Sunday, Yedlin started and played a full 90 minutes for Galatasaray during their 1-0 win against Konyaspor for the Turkish League. And now, since many requested, we're going to talk about Timothy Chandler. On Saturday, Timmy Chandler started and played 45 minutes for Eintracht Frankfurt during their 2-1 loss to Hertha Berlin. All right, now we're off to the midfielders, okay? We finished the center backs, fullbacks, goalkeepers. So we're going to start with Chris Durkin from STVV. On Sunday, Durkin started and played 83 minutes for STVV during their 2-2 draw with Anderlecht. Now, Johnny Cardoso from Internacional, the Brazilian-American. On Wednesday, Cardoso started off on the bench for Internacional, but came into the game at halftime while the game was still 1-1 against Atlético Mineiro. The match ended 3-1 for Internacional. Now, on Sunday, Johnny earned a big start for Internacional against the current South American and Libertadores final champions and finalists, right, Palmeiras. so a pretty tough match. He played mostly as an 8, more advanced than I was hoping, and he was not really helping much with the build-up of the game as Rodrigo Dorado was playing as a 6. Personally, I prefer Johnny as a 6. I don't think it's ideal to put him as an 8, mostly because also he's not the fastest player. So he's better to play as a 6, as a deep lying playmaker, aka a regista. That's what I prefer. The game against Palmeiras, it was an okay performance. He wasn't very good, if I'm going to be 100% honest. Now, Tanner Tessman and Gianluca Busio, well, they played this Monday as well. So if you guys are watching the game, if they're starting, comment it down below so other viewers can be updated. They're not going to be in this video because they didn't play over the weekend. Now, Alan Sonora from Independiente, the Argentine-American, he started and played 78 minutes for Independiente at their 1-0 loss this weekend. Now Christian Capis from Bromby. On Sunday, Capis started off on the bench for Bromby during their 3-2 win over Vejle. Capis came into the game at the 63rd minute and scored their game-winning goal at the 85th. Alright, Brenden Aaronson didn't play this weekend. He was rested by RB Salzburg as he was coming back from the US men's national team camp. I don't know if it could have been also COVID rules, but it could have been being rested as well. Now, Alex Mendez, and yes, I don't mention him every week, but this week, it's worth mentioning. He's worth a mention as he did have a goal and an assist for Vizela during their 2-0 win at the Portuguese Cup against Vitória. Along with that, he played a full 90 minutes, and they do play for the Portuguese First Division, but this game was for the Portuguese Cup. Now, Ian Harkes. On Saturday, Ian Harkes started and played a full 90 minutes for Dundee United in their 3-0 win over Hibernian. Harkes got an assist, again, and Dundee currently sits in 3rd place for the Scottish Premiership. Now, Julian Green and Tim Tillman from Firth. On Saturday, Tim Tillman started for Firth and played 72 minutes, while Green came off the bench at the 67th minute during their 1-0 loss to Bochum. Yeah, Firth is getting relegated. Now, Luca De La Torre didn't play this weekend as he's also returning from the US men's national team camp. So let's talk about Dwayne Holmes from Huddersfield. On Saturday, Dwayne Holmes started and played a full 90 minutes, scored a golazo for Huddersfield at their 2-0 win over Hull City for the championship. Very nice goal by Dwayne Holmes. Alright, that closes up the midfield. Now let's go to the forwards, and we're getting very close to the end of the video. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. I hit the like button for my own videos. Yes, I do give myself a high five. So let's start with Timothy Weah from Lille. On Saturday, Weah started and played 71 minutes for Lille at their 1-0 loss to Clermont Foot. Now, he played up top in this game, central rather than a winger or a wide midfielder. Usually he plays and is more productive up top with a center forward next to him like Jonathan David, which was actually the player that came in for him at the 71st minute. Was not the case this time. Lille did not get the best out of Weah in this match. He only had 23 touches, lost possession 12 times. The crosses, despite not having many, they were not great as well. And I don't remember him blowing by any defenders throughout the match, so not a good performance by Timothy Weah. Now Conrad de la Fuente from Olympique Marseille. On Sunday, Conrad started for Marseille and played 75 minutes during their 4-1 win over Loriente. Now, this was not a game I watched personally, but I've heard from many different reliable sources that Conrad did not have the best match. Regardless, he started once again. Now, Mathew Hoppe was not even on the bench for Mallorca this weekend. He should be back throughout the week. He should be back next weekend on the bench or even starting. We'll see. Now, Novakovic, that plays in the Italian 2nd Division. On Saturday, Novakovic started off on the bench for Frosinone, came in at the 57th minute, and scored their game-tying goal at the 71st in a match that ended 1-1. Last season, he was one of their best players and one of the top scorers for the 2nd Division. Injuries affected him earlier this season, but it looks like he's going to start to pick up some good form now. Now, Nicolas Giocchini from Montpellier. On Sunday, Giocchini came off the bench at the 83rd minute for Montpellier during their 1-0 win over Lens. Again, he continues to only come into the games at the last 5 minutes. It's been like this for the last 4 or 5 games. Now, a guy that went trending for the wrong reasons this weekend, Josh Sargent from Norwich. On Saturday, Josh Sargent started and played 76 minutes for Norwich during their 0-0 draw with Brighton. Now, Josh was having a pretty good game, to be fair, creating chances, dealing with all the physicality of the Brighton defense pretty well. But towards the end of the first half, he missed an opportunity with a wide open net that you just can't miss, especially as a center forward. Regardless of playing well, those are the moments you need to shine as a center forward. Despite that, Daniel Farke, the manager, did say that he had a good performance and praised Josh Sargent. Regardless, dude has to start scoring. You can't keep performing like this as a center forward and not score. I still rate him higher than Jassi Zardes per se, but you can't miss those opportunities as a center forward. Now, let's talk about Pifok. On Saturday, Pifok started and played 45 minutes for BSC Young Boys during their 1-1 draw with Loser in the Swiss League. I think I said that wrong. I don't think it's Loser, it's Loser. I don't know. I don't know how to say these names. Now, Ulysses LLanez from Poland. Now, we don't cover him every week as he does play in the Austrian 2nd Division, but this game was a must cover. Ulysses LLanez scored and had an assist for Poland during their 6-1 win over Fraser. And I'm still hopeful that Ulysses LLanez will pick it back up. He's a great prospect for the US men's national team, and I'm still hoping he'll bounce back and get his career on track again after this season. Now, Tyler Boyd in the Turkish league. On Friday, Tyler Boyd started and played 12 minutes. Yes, just 12 minutes as a starter. Odd, right? He got an early red card during the Rizespor 2-0 loss. They currently sit in last place of the Turkish league, so that's why he only played 12 minutes. Now, Haji Wright, another player in the Turkish league. On Saturday, Haji Wright started off the bench and came in the 59th minute for Antalyaspor during their 2-2 draw with Sivasspor for the Turkish league. All right, everyone, that does it for all the players. Make sure to comment down below your ratings of whatever players you watch. Make sure to hit the like button. It really helps the channel. But yes, I want to also thank you all the members of the channel that keep supporting us. I want to thank you for watching till the very end for some reason, for hitting the like button, commenting, and continuing to support us. Don't forget that we're doing the live stream on Thursday, the US Men's National Team Abroad midweek live stream, and the US Men's National Team weekend preview live stream as well, just to provide more content for y'all. I want to thank you all very much for watching and have a great day.